Back like we never left. Jokes aside, hey, we're here for a good time, not a long time. I promise you, I ain't got that kind of energy tonight. Um, so after the Fangs the podcast, definitely go over there and catch the Fang Exchange. Y'all know what's up, man. So, but it was a good night last night. It was long, it was fun, but it was rational. Y'all know with me, that's all I really value, right? Like, I'd rather tell you the truth than lie to you. And that's Keith. Because y'all know what's up and what it's always about to be. It's about to be Fangs Up.
Yeah, baby, you know what time it is. Now let's get it started.
Are you kidding me? Unreal!
While our HBCUs are mostly known for academic rigor, community, they also know how to turn up.
Does he have it? Yes, he does! And that might be the knockout punch.
Greetings, salutations. Hopefully everything's going well with you and yours. Hopefully you caught that ONG strike zone last night, man. Good times. If you didn't, it was a really honestly, I think the only persons we're missing were Von Wilson and Gerald. It's like those are the only two people I got for you. Everybody else, they was there. So but definitely again, thank you for getting the invitation, Kelvin. Hopefully we do get to do a little something like that again in the future, man. Um, definitely. Also, pregame. If you haven't already seen Rattler Boosters, I gotta hit up our Rattler Booster guy, Connect, to see if that's gonna be coming up as far as the Rattler Booster tailgate, where you can buy your tickets, everything like that. Also, want to kind of get some of this stuff out there. So we didn't get all the I'm trying to find the right word. We didn't get all the extras set up. We was up late last night and I did not. I just didn't have it in me. I was like, man, I'm tired. But talking about a new foundation. So some of this was really meant to look more so at the recruiting side of things, but it kind of flipped on its head, especially with the release from Grambling last night. So what's up, Augustine? And just looking at one of the things we talked about on the show, the top two teams in the SWAC are the most invested. So we're just going to look at what seems to be an arms race. So we're going to look at that as well. Rattler Boosters, if you are so inclined, as you saw, we had Selvin Cobb on here last week. Great noob. But also President Rattler Boosters. He is out there. And the Rattler Boosters have made some huge contributions. Muscle milk is one of the things they frequently do contribute. So if you are so inclined, join the Rattler Boosters. Give me a couple weeks. I just saw my email from Mr. Zach Anslers reminding me, and Zach Ansley, sorry, reminding me that, like, hey, and it's like, B. Give me a couple days. Give me a couple weeks, actually. Also, Rattler Booster kickoff is coming. Great way. Rattler Booster is trying to raise $100,000. So, kind of be on the lookout for that. Be ready. Be excited. And today, Ron with St. Clair Murray, not a lot of FAMU talk, just a little bit celebrating the local Babe Ruth baseball in Tallahassee. They won the World Series for Babe Ruth baseball 17-0. So congratulations, kiddos. Proud of y'all. Y'all know I'm always a home team guy, home team favorite. And mentioning home team, Charlie Ward got his basketball show. Okay. I just want to see how this goes. Is this going to be like a FAMU centered thing, or is it going to be like more Charlie centered? Just kind of interested. Want to know. Just how that goes. So that's gonna be kind of interesting. Like, I can't think of the last time, fam, you had a basketball show for a coach. And I don't know if that's in part of the coach's contract. So that's always one of the ways that college coaches find a way to get a little extra coin is through the coaches shows, and they get the advertisers to, spend a little coin on that. So that's gonna be kind of interesting. See how that goes. We are still on our racial 10K. We're gonna put that back up there and get everybody ready for that. Get y'all hyped. But today, you get ready for baseball tomorrow. So look, I ain't gonna hold you. Right after the show, man, I'm gonna hit the shower. I'm gonna watch the Fang Exchange, and then it's gonna slowly begin to watch me. Because we will be at the game tomorrow in Tampa, going to see the Rattlers play baseball. And if you are so inclined, look, I just talked about the head dude. He went to Florida State, but he's the head coach of FAMU. So we are having FAMU Alumni and Friends Day. There's a social going on. It is at the Amber Fulford Rattler Softball Foundation. That's who is sponsoring it. And it's at 2106 West Main Street. Looks like 2107 venue. So check it out. The event is from 3 to 6. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm not gonna make that. I will still be on the road. So the game is at Steinbrenner Field tomorrow. My parents are coming down. Happy birthday to my pops. Today is my dad's birthday. So tomorrow they're coming down, and he is going to help me with this stubborn behind closet that I have in my house, which is fallen twice. And at this point, it fall one more game. When my ship come in, I'm getting a closet. Like, I'm getting like one of them like insanely overly priced closets that ain't going nowhere. But he is coming down to help his only begotten son reinstall this closet for a second time, because I can't live like this, y'all. Like, once my closet falls, I'm just not organized. But we will be there tomorrow at Steinbrenner Field. So my parents and I, FAMU Day, we got our tickets through Mike Road Dog. So go hit up Mike Road Dog. If you know, you know. JustLookingOut.com. Go check them out. If you're so inclined, use the promo code Fangs Up, and some of that money, some of those proceeds are going to go to the track team. They will not go to me. So we will ensure they go to the track team, and they will go towards that, whatever they need that to do. So, but just want to kind of put that out there. So if you see me, say what's up, dap me up. I will be well rested. I promise you that. Matter of fact, I'm gonna hit 2 melatonin, even though it's not a dirty Sprite. It's a 7-Up with a little residual sweet tea. It's all right. It ain't. I mean, it tastes better than that Sprite tea, but that ain't saying much. So last night, really great time though. One thing I do love, I love having everyone's opinions. I love listening to everyone. I love learning from everyone. And I love seeing how all of us within the FAMU League can see things ever so slightly and ever so differently. So that was amazing. But seeing FAMU, man, we got a commitment. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't never did one of these. This is the only one that I made tonight. And I wanted to make sure, one, it's the school my mom went to. It's Earl School. We got a commitment for the bowling team. Look, Anaya Franklin, congratulations. Look, coach, if you get any more commitments to the bowling team, the email is fangsuppodcast@gmail.com. Let me know. We got to get something going. Look, we can't just have these kids committing to FAMU and don't nobody say nothing. She is graduating from Rickards. I'm just saying, right there, right down the road. Welcome home. That's all I got for you. Rickards is not a mini FAMU, but is the closest thing to FAMU that you're going to get in Tallahassee outside of FAMU. Yes. Yeah. So appreciate it, Will. So just want to make sure, if don't nobody say nothing, want to make sure I say something then. Like, we not going to just sit up here and get kids from Ricketts that commit to FAMU, and we don't say nothing. So, as a person who works in education, we're not gonna do our babies like that. So, welcome to the High Seven Hills. Welcome home. Also, Saturday, we got 1 week to the OVC. We'll stop there. We got Fan Day. Like Fan Day at the Al Lawson Center, 4 o'clock. Meet your players, meet your coaches, ask Coach who quarterback one gonna be all you want to. We're gonna see. We're supposed to get an answer last night. All us looking, all us watching. Definitely a cool thing that's gonna be coming up. Now, volleyball. Look, SWAC championship level volleyball, preseason #1. Just wanted to, mention that out there. And look, you can even go check that out. Look at the boards up top. FAMU's #1, followed by Jackson State. Cookman's up there, on down the list. So, preseason favorites are FAMU. I'm just saying, for a team or a school that doesn't play every sport, we are consistently at the top. Oh, it didn't stop there. Second team had a couple of players, all SWAC second team, and a couple players, all SWAC first team. So, Dylan Hoskins, look, Sanford, Mackenzie Taylor, and okay, double F's up there, number 23. We see you. Look, I'm just saying, FAMU volleyball continuously keeps on giving. And FAMU football, we got a commitment. The other one, honestly, Buddy had committed like a few weeks ago. We just saw this new graphic up there. That's the reason I ain't make one. I ain't gonna lie, I was tired. It's kind of fly. Like, whoever did this one, I kind of appreciate the simplicity. That was the favorite picture that he had. But Iggy is committed. Another South Florida product. So I'm solid with it, man. Like, going into Fan Day, pretty happy about it. I will say this, though. I understand why we don't have QB1 for the masses. I will say that. But I know for me personally, I want to know what QB1 is. Like, and a part of you as a fan wants it more. Like, I would argue that the Fang Exchange probably needs it the most, just for NIL and other things that might be coming that person's way. But I will say it like this. As a content creator, I probably need that information a little bit. Want that information so I can make some informed decisions. Because when I don't know who the quarterback is, I can't tell you fully where we're gonna go. I think either way, I mean, Jim, you had a good quarterback. Okay, the backup wasn't as good, and you still finished with 7 wins for a first-year coach. So I thought that was pretty solid. I'm okay with it. I think this year, this is what I don't want. I don't want something where we're afraid to make a move because we're playing politics. I will say that. And I'll say it. Quarterback ain't got to be a black guy. Like, you can miss me with that. Like, I don't care if it's Jet. I don't care if it's a brother. I want the best person. Because I think you can actually look at FAMU volleyball is a great story for this. Same thing with FAMU bowling, where especially volleyball more than bowling. Volleyball was just a problem. No, Musa is Egyptian. So he just looked white. But for those who don't know, Musa is Egyptian. Brother. Anyways, we saw after FAMU volleyball had a great run and we had a leadership change at the president spot where the coach who was there at the time was very strongly encouraged to focus on recruiting more melanated players. And you notice the difference. Like, some of that was financial, but at the same point, and that's where I'm at, Hitman. Like, don't bring nobody here you don't want to play. Don't like, let's not play politics on that. No luck, little baby. Look. And I ain't gonna lie. I would love if that was a Fang Exchange exclusive. Like, that's just me. I think for some of these big announcements, and I think that's where Jackson State's kind of leading the way on some of this. And I know some of y'all may hate that, but Tiger Talk does an amazing job. I think if we continue to lean in with our constituents and lean in with some of the groups that support them and support you, I think that's a good look, because it is a membership has its benefits, right? Like, some things should be exclusive to the boosters. It's great for me personally if you can get James Colsey to talk to the boosters once or twice a quarter. Just see how everything's going, especially during the offseason. I think the offseason is a great time to get those coaches to kind of come in and talk, tell them what your group organization has done for them, share their appreciation, maybe get a player to talk, head out. Like, I think those are some of the great things. You've seen 220 take advantage of that in the past. I think that's something else with the boosters. Like, I think if you're going to be a booster, membership has its benefits. Like, pregame, y'all already know. We're supposed to be up there doing a little pregame show. It would be wonderful if James Coles would come up there 15 minutes. Hey, guys, y'all know I don't have long. I got 15 minutes. You ain't even got to come on air. Just come in. Hey, Rattler Boosters, we really appreciate y'all. We're going to try to get y'all a win, especially early in the season. You know, da-da-da. Please continue to give X, Y, Z in the third. Head out. Same thing with baseball. Like, and I've said this before, use those football season tailgates to become fundraisers, because what we're seeing, and one of the things we said last night, the teams that are winning in the SWAC are making the biggest investments. But I'll say this, as a football fan, right? And part of investment does mean we need everybody to get their season tickets. That can. If you can get season tickets, get season tickets. If you can't, get individual tickets. We need you. We need your face in the place. We need you in Bragg. Like, I'm gonna be stumping for the season tickets, but if that's not in your budget, do what's best at your address. But overall, we need Bragg packed. We need it loaded, and we need it filled with all the passionate FAMUans that are there. So if it means you're buying an individual game ticket, cool. Don't lose your job supporting the Rattlers. Don't lose your wife. Don't lose your home chasing the Rattlers. they will be there. But in the words of Jaheim, put that woman first. But we're seeing, and especially with Grambling, another school, indoor practice facility. They've kind of gone against the grain in some different areas. You're seeing where other schools in the SWAC are now making the financial commitments to be able to get those athletes to come in. Like, in what you got there? EA, man, Marva's media team missed a hell of an opportunity to actually be a person to announce the starting QB in Bragg with the new lights, the new QB in the presidential suite. Hey, you ain't wrong. Like, you ain't wrong. I don't even gonna lie to you. Especially if it's Jet. You might want to let that go. Like, I wouldn't do that one. But what I would do is, again, and I've said it before, I saw us at the golf tournament. Like, hey, bro, I get you see the show. Whoops. I said what I said, though. I stand on everything I say. But I think the best deal for Marva, I will say, bravo. Last week, man, well played hand. Like, getting Larry Robinson to come out there is genius. Like, because literally, when I was on here, I said, hey, Get FAMU people to come out there and support you. And I literally said, get somebody, and I didn't say like Larry, but I said Larry's name enough to where she was like, whoever was talking to her and was watching the show was like, I bet. Just get Larry. And Larry was out there too. Okay. You got Larry out there. Got a statue of Humphreys coming. Hey. Okay, Marvel. Look, some of the PR games suck, but some of the new PR moves, hey, brava. Okay, Marvel. I see you. Look, the recent ads and the information and the content. Well, ain't been a lot of Marvel. It's been a lot of students. What's going on campus? Good job. That's what I'm talking about. Look. All right. Keep that up. Stay in the back. Respectfully. Like, keep doing that stuff. And keep kind of being like seen in the pictures in the streets. Like, hey, y'all saw Marvel, that picture of Marvel at the SWAC, da. Oh man, I never knew. Yeah, I seen that. I'm from the streets. Like, but you up front with the nah, man. Wait till we get that new SWAC media deal though, and then be right there next to Mr. McClellan. And act like you helped broker that deal. That's what I'm talking about. Play the game. Like, and look, I should be there to see Humphreys and Valen. I ain't mad at that. Like, I love that idea though. Like, you're seeing the homecoming ticket information coming out. You're seeing it's really a continuation of like, this is what's going on. These are things that's happening. It's well played. Like, again, the first thing we said was step out. Let other things happen. Get you some dubs, and then come back up there and smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave. But right now we're seeing an arms race in the SWAC, and my concern as a FAMUan is we're not participating. Like, for everything that's going on, FAMU's done enough winning in spite of. Like, there's literally an arms race in the SWAC, and you're being left behind. Like, Alabama State left everybody a long time ago. They shot 2 middle fingers at everybody and said, bye. Catch us when you can. Then Jackson State, they did some stuff. Their arena ain't there. But football-wise, they made a nice commitment. They milked Prime for what they could. Now you're seeing Alabama A&M come in there. They got a new basketball arena. And now here comes Grambling. At a certain time, what's going to happen is even Cookman got a new practice field. Excuse me. It's small. It ain't 100 yards. But guess what? Very seldom do you actually need a 100-yard football field for football practice. Just being real. So now, all of a sudden, what's FAMU done? Besides bicker. I mean, I'm just saying, like, we can lie about this, or I can be real about this, because the same person that's going to tell you that this team can go and have a perfect season, but probably won't, is going to be the same person that's going to tell you the truth and say, hey, man, I don't know if we doing everything right. Like, and that's just, I'm person enough to say that. And I agree with Will. Like, these schools shouldn't have better facilities than us. Like, and that could be a point of pride. That could be arrogance. Like, we say we brag different. We cocky. Like, as a FAMU, and we are cocky. But, I mean, that new tag fire. I ain't gonna hold you. But you start to look around, and a lot of the schools, what was that? Morgan State is going to be one of the newest schools pushing for R1 status. Now, we hear a lot of talk about helping FAMU become an R1 school and everything else. And I go over there, I look at Morgan State. I look at the brother up there in Maryland. I see a lot of action. I don't see a lot of, don't do this, it's too woke. Don't do that, it's too learned. Oh, this is too progressive. We're suing for this books. We're banning those books. I don't see that BS. I see, now let's figure this out. Like, let's do what's best for the universities. If we owe them money, you get them their money, and then all of a sudden, your investment has put Morgan in a place where they're approaching R1 status, right? So when I'm looking at FAMU, I'm seeing we are making commitments in buildings for new dorms and things like that. And I'll be honest, when I look at those things, I see where in the 5-10-year plan, I see a FAMU with 15,000 and 20,000 students in the 10, 20 years. But even with that, is that us where you're working backwards, where you're saying, let's get the student numbers and then increase the revenue? Or because we have a strategic plan with all those things, like it's there. We've had a whole show on that before, but you can Google it. FAMU strategic plan. It shows a new football stadium and it shows an indoor practice facility. It's there. It's in the plans. How many? I'm 40. I've yet to see a real new stadium at Bragg. I've seen a new stadium. That's a new Bragg. That ain't the Bragg I grew up going to. It's not. I'm sorry. For anybody who says something otherwise, you're a liar and the truth's not in you. That's just point blank. But to say something to where, or to the effect of what you see at USF, that's not happening. That's all we got. Like, yes, you do. With 105 players or specialists, you really need 2 fields. Yeah, you need. Okay, I won't disagree with that. And Demetri says, when those schools are in states that give them money, it makes sense. Precisely. Like, we can talk about how much we want FAMU to be this and how much we want FAMU to be that. But at a certain place, the funds got to come from somewhere. And it can't just come from alumni. Like, it can't just be something where you just tell the alumni to give more, give more, give more. Especially in this situation. Like, if you want them to give more, you got to give what they want. Like, and when we're talking about just athletically, right now you're falling behind in the arms race. Like, look at our weight room. Look at some of these other schools. The weights look nice. The weight room's compact. It's not a lot of space. Like, just saying. State of Florida, Florida State is all I'm saying. I wouldn't say Florida State. Don't get lost looking across the street. It's in Gainesville. Like, when was the last time UF floated a bond to do what Florida State and South Florida are doing? Like, it's easy to it's easy to look at Florida State because that's the devil that's in your back door. But y'all remember when UF needed a new baseball stadium and alumni just cut the check? It was like, oh, okay, here you go. Just build a new stadium. I'll pay for it. That's who you're competing with. Like, hello. Thank you, Uncle Steve. Let them know. Just saying. And then look, remember that P3? Yep. How many stadium renditions of Bragg did we get before we got the hey, they're about to condemn the stadium. Thank God for COVID. We about to just tear it down and just rebuild and give you something smaller. Like, we got to find some billionaires that need. Hey, I need y'all to one of us need to hit the what's that Powerball? I think my wife says 700 mil. Yeah, pops, we got to play that. Look, I hate to give more convo. Giving more of $10 each won't make a dent to what we need. Got to get creative and find big dollars. Exactly, and some of that it does mean winning, but it also means winning differently. Like, We can talk all day about, donor giving, alumni giving. Do we have majors that are going to produce high donor alumni? I mean, that's got to be a real question, because don't get me wrong, I'm a teacher. Teachers don't get paid a lot. Like, I hate to tell you, like, starting salary in a good district is less than $50,000, and with a master's degree, you still talking about less than 60. So you mess around, your wife, kids, and some bills. What Andre 3000 say? If you don't move your feet, then I don't eat. So we like check to check. Kind of is. Like, and Mike says, all we need to do is draw some modern pictures and a plan of how we intend to pay it back over time, and it's done. That's all they just did down at. I mean, it really is. But they also stole the money. Like, okay, they didn't steal the money. They did it smart. They built something that they knew the state would pay for. They put all the administrative buildings in dope and was like, hey, this isn't just a stadium, it's a university building. And unlike us, sorry, I'm pouring my drink, so I gotta make sure I don't spill it. They didn't make it the basketball arena that you can't use to practice in. Nah, at FSU, I don't know what it's like now. I can tell you about some of it. But when we were working, you could walk in the stadium and everything else. But when they was having practice, nah, buddy, you better go back in your office. You wasn't out there watching no practice. Like that wasn't gonna happen. Like lunchtime, oh, you could run stadiums, walk track, do everything you want. But while they was practicing, oh man, guards at the door. And it wasn't but so many doors. So you wouldn't watching the boys practice like that. Watching the high FSU. Oh yeah. State of Florida. Yeah, hello. Yeah. But again, even with that, most of these schools that are getting new stadiums built, I think, was it is FSU the only one? Like, is FSU the only one where the stadium is not connected to a major gift? Like yeah, it is. Like FAMU and FSU are the only schools in the state that are unsponsored. Like, you say what you want to. Yeah, they named the stadium in Gainesville Ben Hill Griffin Stadium. How much money did he give to UF before then? Go down to, Tampa. That stadium's gonna have a name. You come to Orlando, that football stadium changes names every couple years. You go to FIU, FAU. FIU might not, but I think it's Pitbull Stadium now. FAU, that stadium's got a name. Like, FSU and FAMU are the only two schools where neither the basketball or football facilities have naming rights deals in the public schools university system for the big schools. We're the only ones. That's it. I'm just saying, that's not an indictment on either school. It's probably more of a story of the fact that Tallahassee is not a major business hub, and that we are literally dependent on the state. Like, you take the state government out of Tallahassee, like, it's not a lot. Like, so you read it, or you want to talk about FSU? Yeah, I appreciate that. My bad. Buford High School got a better stadium than us. I don't know, man. You're probably not wrong, but I heard that traffic going there was horrible. I am ready to be bike though. Look, I'm ready to be back a brag. I love it. And look, that's the other part. We love naming stuff for the low price of $3.99. We'll sell you some bricks. Like, put your name on this brick for $200. Oh, Gainesville? Heck yeah. Almost every major facility there has got its names, like, on something. I think that's something we got to like. We need stability also. Like, where's the athletic director? Bring my AD back to help advocate. We need my AD working. I agree. Like, I'm just saying. But I mean, there is no facility in Tallahassee related to universities that has a sponsor. That's crazy. Like I was today years old when I put that together. Like literally, I was just thinking like with Doe Campbell, he was a racist president. Quietly, never mind. Bless him. Okay, Billy Joe, yeah, great football coach. Ken Riley, oh, great football coach. Bragg, FAMU president. Okay. More Kittles, baseball coach. Mike Martin, baseball coach. Al Lawson, state senator. The Tucker Center. I have no clue who Donald Tucker was. I'm sorry. You got me on that one. He might have gave some money. No clue. Tully. No clue who that was. I know he's a person. Like, there are no university facilities in Tallahassee that are related to sports that have any naming rights deals. Come on, Tallahassee. Like, that's crazy. Like, I just realized that. So neither FAMU or FSU got diddly going on when it comes to naming rights deals. Now they did just get that practice facility paid for. What was it? Is the name for Dunlap? So that's a donation. But like corporate sponsor wise, nah, that's terrible, man. Like, I don't know where my AD at, man. I'd be trying not to bother. If you enclose or turn the north end zone into a multi-tier moneymaker, wrap suites along. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Mike. Like, I've been saying this for years. Like, when it comes to FAMU and when it comes to Bragg, honestly, I like the north end zone. I like the south end zone better. That's just me. Like, me personally, I love the idea of doing the south end zone and really having it set so that it actually connects to the practice field. And you just have like a little area where buses can actually drop off and around the back there. Like, they can have a little covered area. They can pick up the players. They can drop them off. They can loop around and do their thing. And you can literally make that into like a south end zone club that's multi-tiered. It's already kind of like area wise is what it is. I think with the north end zone club, only thing I don't love about it, and I guess you're gonna lose some of that parking either way eventually, it's just the entrance. Like, I think you'd almost have to do another entrance where people just walk straight in and walk straight out, and then you got to redo that jumbo board. That's just me though. Like, so I love the idea though, but I don't know. Part of me just wants to close in that south end zone. I think that'd be kind of fire. You got the 100 to your right, you got the alumni section to your left, and then have a spot where, like, in a south end zone club, you already have your like field house and everything there, so you could have a little like fans, watch the players, do the entrance, all that kind of stuff. I don't know, y'all know I'm a little different, man. Like, Glasgow is our AD until sort of further notice. Suspect Way, Perry Street. Let's see. Tucker is a Florida politician, former Speaker of Florida House of Reps. Thank you. Look, you learn something new every day. In 2004, look, I remember. Food trucks. I like that, man. Do we have space though? Like, where would you put food trucks that close to FAMU? Would you do them at the little lake up there? And is that too far? That's just asking for a friend. But I think just looking at this, and it was a long night, a lot of fun. Didn't get everything I wanted done, but I loved what we did get done. I think under the Johnson administration, one of the things you got to make, if you really want to be a transcendent president, you're going to have to do something with athletics, and you're going to have to do something that you can stamp, because they're going to try to. We're going to be with Marva for about 4 or 5 years is the plan, right? That's their plan. If that's their plan, then she's got to deliver something big. Like Larry delivered. You say what you want to. Larry may not have always seemed like he was with it, but at the end of the day, Larry's strategic plan is still being carried out. She's got to do a little bit more than carry out the plan. If she carries out the plan, then she's done enough. But if she can create stability and create those business networks that we were promised, that we were said, hey, this is why you chose her over some of the other people, then I think that goes a long way. And I think that creates a foundation for FAMU in general, because I think the next thing for FAMU is got to be to push towards that R1 status academically, but athletically, it's got to push towards feeling like, not being, a Division I FBS school. You don't have to play the FBS, because honestly, we're seeing where the juice isn't worth the squeeze. And you're honestly in a place in the FCS where you're able to do enough to where you can probably be good there. But if you can be elite at the FCS, you can compete with those North Dakota States. You can compete with the South Dakota States. And I ain't saying just on the field, but I'm talking about as far as notoriety, paying attention. We know the history of FAMU. Do others know the history of FAMU? I think that's where some things like that really kick in. And so, I think that's some of the things that we're going to have to do to keep up with the arms race, because we got the gym, but the Lawson Center is like 20 years old. Do you just tear down Gaither? I'm just asking for a friend. I'm sorry. I know the history of Gaither. I know it's nostalgic. I love Gaither as much as the next person. I grew up in Gaither. When coaches are consistently saying it leaks and they can't seem to get it right, do you just start over? And that's an honest question. Like, and is it a tough thing to do? Heck yeah. But is it something that needs to be considered? If you can't get right, yeah. If you're fixing the same floor every 2-3 years, you need to get rid of the building, because there's something about it that ain't working, and turn it into something else or fix it. But if you can't fix it, then you can't just keep letting it becoming a wasteful spot. You got to make it into something where it can make some money, because you got people like Mike Road Dogg who will literally give you great ideas where it's like, hey, that's a spot you can have a little pregame something right there. Like, how many people are showing up for the probates? I mean, if you can't get into Lawson, you get into Gaither and they pack it out. Like, just saying. Like, food truck, Jumbotron, VIP setup, and the SGA did the track a few years ago. Was a great initiative. They ought to revisit that during homecoming. I agree. Honestly, Mike, I think that would be a great tailgate village. I like argue with your mama, but especially for homecoming, I think the FAMU track would be a great tailgate space to just let people be like, hey, go up there. If you like, honestly, I think Lawson was a great idea as far as having that as an additional spot to watch homecoming. But I think for those who just want to kind of maybe go out and hang out and just walk about, I think that's an excellent spot to have an outdoor tailgate. You can have a DJ, you can have a whole party up there, and everything's in the fence. You can create a ticketed experience. Like, I'm just saying, like, you can create a whole yard situation where you don't have to worry about traffic. You don't have to worry about the parking lot. It's next to, Perry Street, Oklahoma Street, all the other stuff. Like some of this, you got to revolutionize and parlay what you got, because it may not be a $400-500 tent spot. It might be a spot where somebody pay us $7,500 for a tent, but for homecoming, 100, 125 for a little tent spot, and you get a little blow up mattress, not mattress, but blow up screen, put the game on there, and charge somebody a nominal fee. I ain't did this is literally spitballer. Nominal fee to be in that bit and fill it up. Look, you got two gates, because now you got the gate at the stadium, then you got the tailgate village, and some of your cousins, they just want to park a lot pimp anyway. So they can go over there, get in, walk around, get some catfish, go sit down, watch the game, go to the let out and chill. I'm just saying, you can call it the let out. Like they did the parties at the track a couple years ago. I'm just saying, like at a certain place, because let's keep it real. Something like that at the track, you can use those funds for the track, because then all of a sudden, when you're having the tailgate at the track, a portion of the proceeds can go to the track team and War Kittle's field, and you can tear it up. Okay, clean it, have a fee in there for cleaning, have the cleaning crew come in, do their thing, but then next year, you do this for a year or two, redo the track, resurface the track. Then within a year or two, you bring back the FAMU relays. So now all of a sudden, you got a marquee event that is part of homecoming, that becomes a tradition, that becomes a space where people are paying for the opportunity to use the space. And then on top of that, you have a marquee sporting event that's not just a recruiting event, but that becomes an opportunity for the track team to make money. Then it can get resurfaced. You can have AAU teams come out there, and it becomes something where your facilities start becoming self-sufficient. We've got to get out of this space and out of this place where our facilities are unitaskers. Bragg Stadium has to become a place that gets used more than 5 times a year. Okay, 10. You got FAMU DRS. Y'all don't go to those games. We can be real. Don't nobody go but FAMU DRS people and whoever they're playing. That's it. When the state championship came, that was genius. Because Bragg's the perfect size for a state championship. Like, it really is. That is the perfect size. The only problem with Bragg is the location. That's because it's in Tallahassee. Like, honestly, state championship should be at UCF. Sorry. Argue to mama. The state championship should be at UCF at their football stadium or at the Citrus Bowl or at the soccer stadium because of the size of stadiums and the proximity to everybody in the state. Like, just saying, the face of athletes needs to be present. We can't go a whole year operating with ghost athletic directors. We need an advocate that explains to us what's going on and what's getting done. I agree, Hollow. Like, I hate to say this. I need my AD back because I need the face of the franchise. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Part of why we ran a few minutes late, and we're gonna shut it down in a few minutes, because I was watching Dallas Cowboy documentary. I grew up a Dallas Cowboy fan. Like the Bucks and the Cowboys. And the Bucks is trash. So you don't have to worry about me really like talking much yik yak about them. But the Cowboys had Nate Newton on there. So you already knew. Like, shout out Nate. I met Nate before. Really cool. Bob Hayes played for the Cowboys. Look, it was done. Like, my mom, I was Dallas Cowboy fanatic. Still love the Cowboys. But it was different. You knew that star meant something. That AD means something. And I will say this to our president. In the past week, you've been hitting home runs. I can't take nothing from you, Marvin. And that's on Marvin. You did good this last couple of weeks. You understood the assignment. You got out the way. You kind of let the stuff sell itself. Let the product kind of be the product. And you just kind of doing your thing in the back. Love that. I need you to bring back my AD. I need you to bring back Angela Suggs so that way we can start getting those messages again. So that way we can get those people. Everybody needs to be a lock and step. And we need that. Like, with that church across the street on Paris Street. Oh, St. Eugenia? Heck yeah. Look, they've been running shop for years. Like St. Eugenia Catholic Church. Yes, sir. They've been doing their thing since forever. It's a great setup though. Model what's you ain't trying to, they ain't stealing from the Lord. They're a church. They be all right. But have a setup like that. Tailgate, put some portalets out there. Have, and use that to become something. Because over time, that could become a revenue spot of its own. So he's just saying, man, these inner athletic directors essentially ghosts. They're not doing interviews, explain. Nah. They ain't like they ain't no AD like AD Suggs. AD Suggs, man, that's the best AD we've had since Milton Overton. I'm just gonna say it like that. Courtney was solid. Courtney was solid. I ain't gonna take two. He wasn't as personable as Milton and Angela. They were a little more polished. But business-wise, for a person who had never been athletic director before, Courtney knocked it out. He was good. He said, I don't know about the church, but Paris Street need to be bought and them houses. They get that money unlikely until legal matter is resolved. Yeah, okay. Hey, that thing said Esquire at the end. Hey, okay. Yeah, more than some P card issues. Had some P Valley issues. I'm sorry. I wasn't supposed to say that. My bad. All right. This is why you don't do the show on like 4 hours of sleep. And we just want some information. Athletics can, for real, something. Because look, I'm going to tell y'all now. Normally, I do like a little preseason, who's starting, who's in that. I mean, please. That roster ain't even, yeah. That roster needs some things to be finished. But it is what it is, man. All right, y'all. Before I get in trouble, largely due to sleep deprivation, I think a lot of us do that, Sam. Oh goodness. You get a hit for sleep deprivation gets me. All right, y'all. The Fang Exchange, they're about to do their thing. If you are so inclined, go over there, join them. I know I will. Look, I'm gonna have them in the background as I get fresh and get ready. Because tomorrow, if you don't know, we are going to be down over there in Tampa for this baseball game to go see the Tampa Bay Rays. My Tampa Bay Rays. I'm sorry. One thing Keith is a Rays fan. I stopped supporting the Atlanta Braves when they left Atlanta for the reason they left Atlanta for. So I'm not a racist, but my money is. So again, FAMU Day in Tampa, not St. Pete, for the first time at Steinbrenner Field since I have known of. The Rays will be having FAMU Day there. A couple special guests: Heisman Trophy winner Charlie Ward, FAMU basketball coach Bridget Gordon, and got a little softball legend in there too, man. So see y'all at Steinbrenner. Like I said, if you see a brother, give me a fist bump. I promise you I'm gonna get some good rest in there and some good breaks in. Also, just looking out, if you are so inclined, look, it is Florida weekend invasion from Baton Rouge to New Orleans. FAMU's playing Southern, and the Bucks are playing the Saints. So you can get individual or weekend game tickets packagings that are starting at $79 per person. JustLookingOut.com, and make sure you let Mike know. Use promo code Fangs Up, and he'll send something to the track team. If you use that promo code, might be an additional $5 donational fee, something like that. But again, make sure y'all let Mike know that You are just looking out if you are going to see the Rattlers play Southern and then watch the Bucks play the Saints. I will be home that weekend. That is right after my birthday. That's the week of my birthday. I plan to be doing some celebrations at home. So probably gonna do the watch party. Also, next week, if you are in the Orlando area, I am supposed to be at the OBC. I am scheduled to be at the OBC, but if my plans fall through, Tom's Watch Bar on International Drive is the place to be, FAMU fans. And if you just so happen to be a wine and cheese loving Howard Bison, feel free to come through as well, make a donation. But the Rattlers this year in Orlando will be at Tom's Watch Bar on iDrive. It's a great experience. Take the elevator all the way to the top floor and watch the game with the Rattlers. If you can't make it to Miami, that's the place to be in Orlando. So not sure where other watch parties are. Again, check with your local National Alumni Association. Check to see where they're going to be doing their watch parties. And lastly, before we cut out for the Fangs Exchange, the Florida region of the FAMU National Alumni Association currently has elections going on. If you were in good standings last year, you are eligible to vote. Me personally, I'm not in good standings now, but as of last year, I was in good standings up until about a month and a half ago. So I will be renewing next month. So Rattlers, the Rattler Boosters, NAA, and then October, Cap Alpha Psi. So those are my three organizations, and that I will be in good standings with those times. So, all right, y'all. Get ready. If you haven't already shot over, click over to the Fang Exchange because we're going to be here Sunday. Special guest, Gerald Thomas from the Tallahassee Democrat is supposed to be on. We're going to make sure doubly confirm that he will be here because y'all already know what's up. What it's always going to be. Fangs up.
Yeah, baby, you know what time it is. Now let's get it started.
Are you kidding me? Unreal!
While our HBCUs are mostly known for academic rigor, community, they also know how to turn up.
Does he have